Hello students, today we are going to study about some of the allosomes which are nothing but the sex chromosome in respect with humans. As we can see, in humans the sex determination system consists of XX and XY chromosomes, where female will possess two X chromosome, whereas male will have X and Y chromosome. So starting with the X chromosome itself, the X chromosome is submetacentric in its centromere position. It possesses more than thousands of genes, approximately 1100 genes, and when we will see in terms of female, as like in female there are two X chromosomes. Out of these two X chromosomes in the cells, one of the X chromosome will remain inactive. How it will remain inactive? What is the basic mechanism behind it? That we will learn in the coming slides. Most genes are unrelated to the sex chromosomes, means they are not the most of the genes which are present on the X chromosome are not related with the sex of that particular person. Similarly, the inactivation of one of the X chromosome is basically due to one gene which is itself present on the inactivated X chromosome, and that gene is XIST, which means X inactive specific transcripts. This gene has the ability to code a non-coding RNA. This gene codes for a non-coding RNA. That non-coding RNA has the ability to go and bind with the X chromosome itself and acts as a major effector of X inactivation process. So the X chromosome inactivation is achieved. So this is the basic behind X chromosome. Lion hypothesis is the mechanism or the hypothesis proposed by Mary Lyon regarding the X chromosome inactivation. Earlier it was thought that there is no such any mechanism for X chromosome inactivation, but Mary Lyon proposed this hypothesis. According to this hypothesis, this X chromosome inactivation takes place randomly in somatic cells. It means that if a cell possesses two X chromosome, then which particular X chromosome is going to get inactivated is not predetermined. It is a kind of a random process, and that is why we used to see that any cell which possesses a inactivated X chromosome, further its descendants, means further when it get divided, the same chromosome will remain inactive, but whenever there will be a new cell, and in that new cell when it comes to inactivation of that X chromosome, then it will be a random kind of a process. That's why it creates a somatic, in somatic cells it creates a mosaic type of a pattern, and this mosaic type of pattern is also been observed evidently in these type of cats known as calico cats. As you can see in this image, these cats, they show the fur color in different shades like white, then there is yellow, black, brown. Here also there are brown and black spots on this cat, why this fur color is varying or in a mosaic pattern? Because of this X inactivation process, or we can say this lion hypothesis. In this hypothesis, the color of this fur is mainly determined by certain genes, those genes which are present on X chromosome. And when there are X chromosome having certain genes for fur color, and if one of the X chromosome is getting inactivated for yellow color in certain cells, then what is going to happen? It means the yellow color will not found here in this particular part of these fur cells, and ultimately these fur cells will remain white as compared with this fur color where the X chromosome is activated, and it will show you the yellow color, and on the contrary the black color is also having the similar kind of mechanism. This is how the mosaic pattern will takes place, and this is regarding the lion hypothesis. This inactive X chromosome is also been known as Barr bodies in humans. Mainly, as we know, it can be observed as the darkly stained structure in the cells in the interphase, where the highly condensed X chromosome, because the X chromosome is inactive and the inactivation itself is due to the heterochromatization of that chromosome, and ultimately it will become condensed, and this is how it will get darkly stained, as you can see in this saliva cells. Similarly, there are Barr bodies, or these lionization in humans also can cause certain disorders because of this X chromosome inactivation. Like here in this case, this is anhydrotic ectodermal dysplasia, where there are certain areas on the body which will show the reddish rashes or patches due to this X chromosome inactivation. Similarly, X linked genes which are responsible for certain characteristics like color determination through the eyes is also get affected because of this X chromosome inactivation. How it is going to affect and what kind of disorders it results, that we are going to see. Like I told, X linked genes are there, and X linked genes means those genes which are present on X chromosome itself, and when they inherit in a X linked fashion. So there are two ways that it can transmit. One is X linked recessive inheritance and another is X linked dominant inheritance. As in case with X linked recessive inheritance, it means the genes which are present on the X chromosome, they are recessive, and when they are present with the dominant counterpart, they will not express. But when they are present with the Y chromosome particularly, then in that case they are going to get expressed. This is known as X linked recessive type of inheritance. So based on this X linked recessive inheritance, there are two disorders. Examples of two disorders can be seen. One is hemophilia, another one is red green color blindness. In these two, we can see in hemophilia particularly, when the father is a normal copy of gene, having normal copy of gene, and mother is a carrier for this hemophilia gene, which is present on the X chromosome, So she is not an affected individual, she is a carrier one. And when there are children of these parents, here you can see there will be a daughter with normal normal genes, normal copies of genes, where one of the X chromosome will be from father, normal X chromosome, and another normal X chromosome from mother. But as we can see that the affected X chromosome or the mutated X chromosome, when it will reach to the daughter, and similarly one of the X chromosome from father will be there, in that case again the daughter will be considered as carrier for hemophilia. But in terms of if there is a son, one of the X chromosome will be from mother, and obviously the Y chromosome will be from father. And as the normal X chromosome has been inherited, then the boy will be normal. But in the end, if you consider the another son which will carry the Y chromosome from father and the mutated X chromosome from mother, which is the carrier one, here you are able to see that the son will get affected by that hemophilia disorder, because now though the X chromosome or the hemophilia gene or the mutation is a recessive allele, still because it doesn't have any dominant counterpart, now this X chromosome, because it will result into the hemophiliac person as compared with the daughter. In terms of daughter, here one of the X chromosome is there which is dominant, having dominant gene, and the hemophiliac gene is the recessive one. So that's why in this case the son will get affected and he will have the hemophilia. In the red green color blindness, same kind of a process will happen. Here also we will see that the girl, one of the girl will be carrier one, and one of the boy or the son will be affected one. Similar kind of mechanism can be seen in these two cases, which is nothing but X-linked recessive type of inheritance. Now one more inheritance that can be seen, which is X-linked dominant inheritance. X-linked dominant inheritance is slightly different than that of a recessive one. Here, whether the X chromosome, the dominant one or the recessive one, is present or not, if a affected X chromosome is been inherited, then it is ultimately going to get expressed. So in this case, if you see, the father is unaffected but the mother is affected by certain mutation which is in the X-linked dominant allele, and when there is a F1 offsprings, here you can see that the daughter will be unaffected and son will be unaffected, where there is the normal X chromosome is been inherited. Normal X chromosome is inherited, as you can see here, normal X and Y. But whenever there is a affected X chromosome is inherited, it may be in son or it may be in daughter. In such cases, here we are able to see that though there is a normal X chromosome present, but still because of the dominant nature of that X-linked gene or the allele rather, it is going to get expressed and ultimately the individual will suffer from that disorder. So there are different kinds of disorders that can be seen in this X-linked dominant type of inheritance, where your X-linked dominant porphyria is one of the example, which means it is a kind of a extremely rare genetic disorder where there is a abnormal sensitivity to the sun, also known as photosensitivity, which ultimately cause severe pain, burning, itching of sun exposed skin. So we'll see that how X-linked dominant inheritance can affect also. So these are X-linked genes. What we have seen just now is X-linked recessive and X-linked dominant inheritance. Now the other sex chromosome in human is the Y chromosome. As compared with X chromosome, Y chromosome possesses very few genes and it have also very less size. The Y chromosome contains mainly male specific Y region, also known as MSY, male specific region of Y, which is also known as MSY. Along with that, it also consists of PAR region. PAR region is generally at the tip of the Y chromosome, and this PAR region is nothing but pseudo autosomal region. This MSY region also consists of SRY region, which is sex determining region Y. All of these parts of the Y chromosome has important functions. Mainly MSY region possesses all of the genes. Approximately 60 to 70 genes are there as compared with 1100 genes of X chromosome. PAR regions are those parts which are also known as pseudo autosomal regions, are those parts which also resembles with some autosomes or X chromosome. That's why it is known as pseudo autosomal region. The TDF region is actually a protein known as testis determining factor, which is encoded by SRY gene. SRY gene is the gene that we have seen in the Y chromosome, which responsible for this testis determining factor and which is very important in testis formation in males. Also there are some other regions in MSY part which are X transposed, X degenerative and ampliconic, but mainly SRY region is the important one in male for determination of sex. As like X linkage, there are some Y linked genes also. These Y linked genes are those which are linked to the Y chromosome. Now this Y linked gene can also get inherited, and such inheritance is known as Y linkage or Y inheritance. Now this Y link gene, as it is mainly possesses on Y chromosome, that's why their inheritance is also going to affect only in males and not in females, because female will not have the Y chromosome. So whenever there is any disorder or any mutation in the Y chromosome, it is going to get reflected in inheritance through the inheritance in male individuals only, that is in son of that parent, and not in the daughters, because the daughters are unaffected due to possessing two X chromosome and they are devoid of any Y chromosome, whereas the male individuals will have Y chromosome. Some of the frequently observed disorder is some deletions on the Y chromosome, ultimately resulting into the male infertility. Similarly, one more disorder that has been observed, which is Y-linked, known as retinitis pigmentosa. Retinitis pigmentosa is the kind of a condition which is a rare one. It is involving a breakdown and loss of retinal cells. Retina cells used to get breakdown due to this kind of mutation in Y chromosome, and because of this kind of mutation the individual will have light sensitive tissues which are lines the back of the eye, and common symptoms of this disorder is difficulty seeing at night and loss of side vision. So these are Y-linked inheritance or Y-linkage. So one more part which is related with this sex chromosomes are there are certain types of non-disjunction process will happen. Non-disjunction process means when there are chromosomes used to get separate during cell division. In such cases, if there is a failure of chromosome to get separated during mainly in meiosis, and which will result into the either too many or too few of the chromosome, and mainly in terms of sex chromosome, then it will result into the some disorders. What kind of disorders it can cause are Klinefelter syndrome, where there are two X chromosome along with one Y chromosome. Similarly, there is Down's syndrome when there are three 21st number chromosome, and Turner syndrome where there is a single X chromosome. What is the mechanism of this non-disjunction is, as you can see in this diagram, there is a meiosis process is being taking place where one cell get divided into the four daughter cells, and in this case there are first this will have one set of chromosome and this will have one set of chromosome, these two cells. But in the next step, then you will see this particular set of chromosome is not able to divide properly. It is supposed to get divided into equal halves in equal quantity in this cell also, but it somehow due to the non-disjunction process it halts the separation or segregation, and that is why this particular cell will have two chromosome which should not be there. And when there is a fusion with that of the sperm itself will also have its own chromosome, either X or Y. Then when there is a fusion, here you can see these are the normal cells where there are two set of chromosome, but here in this image or in this cell there are three chromosomes, and here there is only a single chromosome. So this type of process takes place in the non-disjunction, resulting into the too many chromosome or too few chromosomes, causing certain disorders that we have seen. Thank you.